We all sometimes get that feeling that our get up and go has just got up and gone. I remember I was probably 12 or 13 years old, and there was this giant oak tree on the family farm, and that tree mocked me. I felt so intimidated by heights. I was just scared to death of heights, and I was like, why? And I felt like that tree was challenging me. I felt like all the other boys were climbing trees, but I was afraid to leave the ground and start climbing. And one afternoon, I don't remember the details, but I was so frustrated. I took my stick, I ran at that tree, and I pummeled it. Finally threw my stick aside, and I began scurrying to climb that tree. And I pulled and I tugged and I groaned, and I finally made myself get up to that first branch. And I sat there and I lunged myself to the next branch, and I made it to the next branch. And then by this point, the adrenaline rush was just pushing me forward. And I climbed higher and higher until I reached the top of the tree. And I found myself breathless, not because I'd worked so hard to get to the top of the tree, but because of the view. I looked out over the landscape in the Ohio River Valley, and I could see the entire family farm from this massive oak tree. And it dawned on me that sometimes we only need to find enough energy, we only need to find enough passion, we only need enough oxygen to propel us forward for a moment. And that's what I call a blitz, a mastery blitz. And I've been practicing these mastery blitz from my childhood on. So a mastery blitz is that moment where you've just had enough and you give yourself some kind of a super challenge. And you tell yourself, I'm going to move from point A to point B no matter what it takes. And you give everything you've got to make that burst and to move forward. Let's imagine you've had one of those days where you're just not getting anything done. And it dawns on you that it's nearly lunchtime and you have not checked off any of your major priorities for the day. Well, start your blitz with a short break. Go grab a cup of coffee, grab yourself some cold water, get back into your office space, and take a look at your to-do list. Pull out your planner and identify right away what are the top 3 things you absolutely must accomplish today. Identify those top priorities and decide which of those priorities can I accomplish in the least amount of time with the fewest resources, so I can just check something off. Because that's the key to a blitz, is you need to feel that surge, that sense of progress. And so this is what I call a productivity blitz. And I identify those 2, 3, maybe even 4 things that I know I can get done in a relatively short amount of time. Next thing I want to ask is, what resources do I need to get those things done? Who can I delegate to? Whose expertise do I need to accomplish these objectives? And I try to align all of my resources, all of my connections, and I just plow into the one item I feel like I can accomplish the quickest, the next item I feel I can accomplish, and then I just work through that list until they're done. And what you end up finding is that you'll get a lot done really quickly, and you will feel energized because of the effort. And that's what I call a productivity blitz. You can do this in every aspect, in every area of your life where you're feeling hung up and you feel like you're just not moving forward. Make it a blitz. Empower yourself, take action, and move forward. The movement in and of itself will motivate you. Go out to www.corepath.life/blog/blitz to read the entire blog post. The blog post is also available in an audio format for your convenient listening. While you're there, subscribe to the community for additional updates, blog posts, articles, and a whole lot more.